Good morning. Welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Eric Franco.
And we are live from the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 1 for the 2024 Sterling Cup. And we're going to have a nine-show round robin today for you, Jan, with Maltese Falcons, Audi, and Newport. And we're going to start this round robin off today with Audi and Newport. Audi in the white jersey, Newport in the blue. Tell me about the players.
Audi, let's start straight away with the number 1 that's being shared today. We've got Samart Ganzi out there and Santos Bellini. He's on the field as we speak. At number 2, we've got Tomacho Pierres, the 6th goal at number 3, Pablo Spinacci, the second 6th goal at number 4, Tommy Collingwood. For Newport, then, we have at number 1, Sugar Erskine. At number 2, Jason Crowder. At number 3, Gene Goldstein. And at number 4, our very own Mr. Fred Mannix from Calgary, the 7-goaler, making up Newport. And away we go. Ball already thrown into play. Picked up there by the number 4, as Dale was saying. Newport in blue, Audi in the white shirts. And Dale, look at this. Barely has that ball been thrown in, and they're up and running.
Yeah, we love it. You know, we resurrected this tournament 8 years ago after the 22 year absence, and such a huge tournament over the years. And Jan, I hate to say this, but I've won this tournament a couple of times.
I'm not surprised, Dale. I am not surprised that you've got your name on that coveted trophy. It is, as you were saying, was resurrected, and we're so delighted to have it here at Grand Champions Polo Club, and especially, of course, on CTV Sports. With the number 4 on the move again very quickly here. There's a lot of action going on this Friday morning. Temperatures, as you can see, very amenable. Not too much sun coming out on field number 2 here this morning. And nearly the first goal there by Sugar Erskine for Newport.
Yeah, so they take us in, and good shot there. And, yeah, now field 2, I do agree with that. Sorry, Jan, I thought they were talking about field 1 or field 2 today. Of course, here at the stadium field. So if you're in town, well, head down to the stadium. And, you'll have a great viewing pleasure from the stadium today. And like you said, the 3 teams that entered here for the, winner take all today in the round robin setup.
And away we go once again with Mr. Bellini trying to lose or shake off the pack. He's got to get past Mr. Mannix. He gets a piece of it, but not enough. And Santos is going to get a second chance to get the first goal. A big swing there in front of goal. Dead ball left behind for the number 2 for Audi. Tomacho Pierres picking up the first goal then for Audi.
Yeah, and I like this play by Tomacho. Watch how Santos takes it in, and they clear out, and Tomacho takes his time here, waits for Fred to choose what direction he wanted to go to block the goal. And Fred, of course, being from Calgary, Canada, he understands hockey at the highest level.
Yeah.
So he does understand how goalkeepers work in hockey on ice. So doing a good job there on hockey and horseback, but a better shot there by Tomacho Pierres, picked up here, turned around by Collingwood.
And Tommy will send it out to the boards, where once again Tomacho Pierres is waiting, try to keep it within the boundaries, just put it over, so we will have our first change of possession in the Sterling Cup 2024.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that went off a blue player, but I think it did not. Oh, yes. Did it? Yeah, it did. So it is going to go in favor of Audi. It looked like it kind of went off a mallet there, so Collingwood's going to drive one down. Here comes Audi White.
Yeah, and that ball, just a little bit too much power, will just go over the back line. Fred Mannix doing a very good job letting that ball do its thing. And with just under 3.5 minutes remaining, players, as you can see, making their way for our first courtesy change.
Yeah, good shot there, Fred Mannix, who had a sensational season, 2024 World Polo League with the Alegria team. And any feedback on the 2024 season? Yeah, what a season it was. I mean, it was everything seemed to go to a higher level.
Yeah. No, we've covered, as you rightly pointed out, we've covered everything from 6 to 26 gold. Not to forget, of course, the polo school, the Women's Polo League, which has been absolutely amazing. The level of polo from the ladies has been second to none. Then, of course, we had one rained out, but we did have another PTF, 2 PTF days actually, which was again absolutely top draw. The up-and-coming superstars of tomorrow, very much.
I think they added a few PTF. Also, we had a couple different, number of extra tournaments because there's so many junior players playing now, young ladies and men, and so that just shows you how the game of polo is growing in leaps and bounds, and that's where it all starts, from the kids.
Absolutely. So let's go back to the action then with Mr. Mannix knocking it in for Newport after that first courtesy change. He's played it up to his number 3. That is Mr. Goldstein. Bellini. Beg your pardon, that wasn't Bellini. That was the number 4. That was Tommy Collingwood for Audi, just getting a piece of that. He's going to leave that one on the halfway line for Pablo Spinacci. Spinacci back to Collingwood. Now, I think he was trying to send that one a bit further to the left or upfield. Remember, this field running north to south or south to north. Audi at the moment trying to get that ball up into the north end of the field. Again, a bit of a miss hit, left behind and picked up by Mannix. Still the pressure very much on. Manages to clear it, and that's going to be a very nice little pickup here by the number 1 in blue. And that, of course, our very own man from South Africa, Chukker Erskine. A lot of space here on the side of the boards, just taking his time, looking over his shoulder, working it, getting it closer and closer. No one challenging him. I'm pretty sure that Chukker's probably thinking, well, how can this be? No one's coming to get a piece of me. He tries to finish it off with a near side forehand, a little bit unlucky, and then I believe it was Gene Goldstein who puts it through.
Yeah, Gene's going to fall right in and just follow Chukker in. And everybody in the blue jersey working hard here. Starts out with Chukker. Nobody coming towards him. Flips it to the inside. Near side play. Tries to finish it. Bounces off a pony. And Crowder takes the mallet away from the defending Audi player. And that leaves Goldstein by himself. And Gene picks up his first goal today.
Making it 1 goal apiece. We're down to the last, few seconds of play in this first Chukker of our round robin. On the halfway line, a little chip there by Tomacho Pierres, feeding the ball up to Pablo Spinacci. He couldn't control it. Again, a pass coming from Tomacho, looking for Spinacci again, but Mannix doing a stellar job there, coming in between and turns defense into offense. Crowder will pick this one up. He's still got a few seconds left on the clock. Crowder gets a hard ride off there by Tommy Collingwood. He will try and send it back. A little bit of a miss hit. Crowder needs to take a shot before he runs out of time. Here comes the shot. And that one, unfortunately, just going out to the left-hand side. Very unlucky.
I think he would have beat the buzzer beater there.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, but it looks like it was just off. I think they have more time here. You get one more knock-in, so they're going to adjust the clock here, Jan. So you're going to get one more knock-in. It's going to be Tommy.
Collingwood, now then, he's deep in his own half. There is, as you said, still a bit of time left here in this first Chukker. Plays it out to the right-hand side. Audi on the move. Picked up again by Tomacho Pierres. But he's going to have to get his skates on here because he's playing against the clock. And Newport doing a very good job in picking up the ball. Now then, Crowder with a drive. That's not going to go anywhere. I think he was looking for his number 1 for his number 3, Goldstein. Didn't quite get to it, but hang on. Crowder, yeah, maybe just rushing his shot a little bit there. Probably didn't expect to get that ball and gets the shot, but it just goes wide.
All right, so I'll end our first Chukker play, first Chukker of 9. So I'll get everybody on some fresh ponies, and we'll be right back for the 2024 Sterling Cup. to welcome back to our second Chukker play of the Sterling Cup, and I'm Dale Schwetz.
I'm Jan Eric Franco. Very good morning.
And of course, Sterling Cup was resurrected 8 years ago after a 22-year absence. It was brought back by Grand Champions President Melissa Ganzi in hopes to replicate Polo's glory days. And you know what? That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
100%.
Here we go then. Ball back in play, and Audi getting the better start here in Chukker number 2. And on the move once again. There you see him, Santos Bellini, straight run to goal. He's only got Jason Crowder behind him. Bellini slightly overcooked it, and he's going to finish it with an near side. Just a little bit unlucky there for Santos not to get the goal, which was very much in the making there.
Yeah, and they would bring out, when you talk about recapturing of the polo here, you know, again, that's a big deal in polo now, is always trying to recapturing the glory days, the day of polo, and we've seen that with all the open style polo that we played, and also what we saw in the World Polo League this year. It's definitely made a difference. And I think sometimes going back to these older tournaments kind of reminds people of how the game should be played.
Absolutely well said, Dale, and I think it's great that Grand Champions is doing exactly that. So here we go then on the move, Mr. Fred Mannix. There comes the shot. Now, is it straight? You put a lot of power into that. That ball, I think, might have just gone ever so slightly wide. Not exactly the easiest of angles, but a nice little run there and a nice shot by Mr. Fred Mannix.
Yeah, both teams, they're working hard here to open the game up and shoot from distances. Though they're getting the play from outside the 60. We've seen a number of shots here early as this ball gets knocked in, and they're going to go to the open style once again.
Tamacho, he was looking there for Bellini, but Mannix felt it coming. But well, you know, he got a piece of it. I thought he might have missed it. So another chance here for Bellini to put it through the uprights. A little bit unlucky there. Crowder overrides, leaves it now for Pablo Spinacci. Spinacci just teeing up the ball, takes a shot, and on the inside of that near post, nicely done by Senor Pablo Spinacci.
Yeah, bad luck here for the Newport team, as Jason was in a good spot, but well read here, and Pablo works it back to the inside, shots on goal, finds an open space, and gets a 1-goal lead.
So 2-1. We're in the second Chukker, and as you said, Dale, round robin. So after the third Chukker, one of the two teams will sit, and then the Maltese Falcons, that is the third team in this Sterling Cup 2024 round robin, led by Melissa Ganzi with Grant Ganzi, and then of course 2 World Polo League superstars, Nick Roldan and Alejandro Novillo Estrada.
Should be a good team also set up here, you know, at 18 goals. And each team, they know each other very well. I know, of course, Nick, Alejandro, and Melissa played a lot of pole together. And Grant, he knows his mom very well. They play pole, a lot of pole together. And he's played with Nick and Alejandro. So it should be a very strong team.
It should indeed, but now let's go back to Audi here, who seem to be, well, at the moment, doing very little wrong. Mannix coming in for the challenge on the number 1 on Sugar Erskine. Still Mannix. As you said, Dale, he's had a very, very good season. Audi able to get the ball back into possession. Yeah, now then, did he cross that line? The number 1 there. And, of course, Santos Bellini. Mannix now working that rotation. Just picks it up out of the hour. Well done and elegantly done. Still Mannix. He's coming closer within shooting range. Round the outside, he tries to take it out of, try to outplay Collingwood in front of goal. A little bit unlucky there for Gene Goldstein. In the right place at the right time. Audi again. Seem to have a lot more possession at the moment here in this Chukker. On the move, that'll be Spinacci. There comes the shot, goes over the halfway line. Now, can he get past Sugar? Sugar gets a piece of it, but can he keep it in? No, he does. I thought it might have gone out of bounds. Mannix again on the move, sends a nice long ball up to the front door. Hard ride off from Audi. Nearly taking the drone out of the sky there. Powerful shot, but again, Mannix with a lot of space. to work. Mannix and the finishing touch. Oh, the first Remington of the day.
Yeah, what a series to play earlier, though, by Fred. And that was fun to watch. He was running with the ball. It popped up in the air. He took it out of the air, then regrouped, took it forward. I mean, just a brilliant ball control there by Mannix. And then it spun around and went the opposite way. And then he got an opportunity, like you said, just off to the side, and we get our first Remington of the day.
So, players going off for courtesy change number 2. Of course, for some of the players, especially where that whistle was blown, having to make their way all the way up to the end of the other side of the field. But despite that, we've only had 3 goals, 2 goals by Audi and 1 by Newport. A very flowy and a very, very safe game. Very little in the form of fouls or whistles.
Yeah, you got it, Solzy. It's the second. The Sterling Cup was the second tournament of the 22-goal season at the old Palm Beach Polo and Country Club after, and might I say, with lights going, whoa, the Challenge Cup, which I talk a lot about, the Challenge Cup, because Challenge Cup I actually played. It was last played in 1995, but I actually played the Challenge Cup with Diablos Blue and Memo Gracida and Julio Ariano, and that was one of the tournaments that we were down by 6 goals with 6 minutes left and won. So it was. I had the opportunity to do it twice. I did it with Mark and Melissa Ganzi and Juan Bellini, and we talked about that at the Seaber Memorial. And we did it then, but that was you know what's interesting about that? More interesting than me winning it, have an opportunity to win and be that many goals down, was that was the only time Memo Gracida ever did it, right. And he's won everything. Yeah. So that was more of the conversation that Memo used to talk about, that he had never been in that situation. But those go back to it. Those 22 goals that were lined up. Were so competitive, Jan, back in the day. And then, of course, it went from the 22 to the 26. And that's why I talk a lot about that 4-goal difference and how now with the World Polo League being played and what a difference it is, because back in the day you played the 322s and then you had to prepare for the 26-goal.
Here we go then to the last little over 2 minutes in Chukker number 2. Audi still in the lead and on the move once again. Pablo Spinacci, another one of our World Polo League superstars. Just shy of the halfway line. Mannix gets a piece of it, sends it back downfield, but only as far as, once again, the last line of defense. Tommy Collingwood for Audi, this time using the left side of the field to try and utilize and capitalize on that space which he thought he had. Tamacho Pierres, not much he can do here, as to allow Mannix to make the play, which he does. Ball goes back over that halfway line, but only as far as Spinacci. He stops and turns, has a little look. That rotation again working quite nicely here for Audi. He's got 2 to choose. Oh, he's missed that one or left that one behind. Pablo Spinacci, as Tommy Collingwood now goes back into the line of defense. Newport have it, and fear that he might just try and run this one himself. Sugar Erskine. Crowder has to allow a little bit of space here for Mannix. Now Mannix again within range. Oh, cleverly done here. Plays it under the belly of the horse there of Santos Bellini. Ball goes out towards the boards. Picked up again now by Goldstein. He will turn it. Little chip shot. Looking for Mannix. Will he go for the under the neck? I think he might. Oh, yes. He takes a nice little swing, but it just goes wide. I think he might have just had that deflected somewhat.
Yeah, nice pass here by Gene Goldstein to find Freddie coming across the center, and then tries to lay it in there between a few Audi players. And I like this. Quick knock-in now by Collingwood. Try to keep it... Try to get a couple more goals up here before they go into the third Chukker.
The drive coming from, as you said, Mr. Collingwood is looking for Tamacho Pierres, but he's up against Crowder. Loose ball, and Collingwood once again with a powerful drive deep into the half and into the danger zone, no less, of Newport. Can't afford any mistakes now. Crowder will be the first to turn. Picked up again by Mannix. He's had a lot of touches, been very, very active, and that will bring us with that whistle to the end of Chukker number 2.
Yeah, so we'll let him work this one out, see if there was a foul at the end or if the time did run out. And a good shot there of field 1 and field 2 at the Grand Champions Polo Club. We'll get everybody on some fresh ponies and be back for our third Chukker play.
Have an opportunity. Santos Bellini gonna fire one from 60. Oh, off the post.
Okay, welcome back to our third Chukker, and well, pretty tight game.
Very tight game. Audi, of course, in the white shirts. Let me just give you a quick rundown again who's out there for Audi this morning. You've got Santos Bellini at number 1, playing off 2 goals. At number 2, Tomacho Pierres. He scored in that opening Chukker. He, of course, a 6-goaler. Pablo Spinacci, another 6-goaler. He picked up a goal in Chukker number 2, playing the number 3 position. And Tommy Collingwood, the man very much responsible for driving those balls into the opposition's half. Newport in the blue shirts, led by Chukker at number 1, the 6-goaler. At number 2, Jason Crowder. He's also been very proactive in this first 2 Chukkers. At number 3, Gene Goldstein. He the only man for Newport to have scored so far. And, of course, at number 4, the man who's had a lot of touches in the first 2 Chukkers. And he's on the ball right now. And that, of course, is Mr. Fred Mannix. Mannix gets Chukker number 3 underway with a nice long drive into the half of Audi. A cut shot. Nicely done there by Chukker and Gene. Well, that was the play for Chukker to play it to Gene Goldstein. Audi, of course, and we know how strong they are, not only in attack, but also when it comes to defense. Cut shot across the field, looking for and finding Pablo Spinacci. He's got a bit of room to work. Gets the ball over that halfway line once again. And now, Tomacho Pierres, the two number 2s, Crowder trying to take him out of the equation. Mannix gets a piece of it, just timed it just right so that he would not cause a foul. So it looked like once again it was going to go somewhere and in front of goal, and the finishing touch cleverly done here by Audi. Santos Bellini picking up his first goal.
Yeah, Santos. Little pickup here is Spinacci working it in. He snaps it right in front. I'm not sure if that ball's going to go in or not, but it is better to finish it off. And Santos in a great spot there for the finish. But a nice touch there by Pablo Spinacci. Pablo on 6 goals.
And ball is back in play, and on the halfway line it's turned and quickly stolen here by Newport. Yeah, just a slight little gap to try and to take the ball. A little deflection is always going to help matters. Mannix, still Mannix. Well, he's going to appeal, and I think he might be heard because that did look a little bit too close for comfort there for the umpire.
Yeah, it's not going to get hit farther enough to bounces off the pony there, comes forward now right here. Just not enough. And people argue that play. They'll argue, say, well, I'm going to hit a bad tail shot there. So if I'm going to hit a tail shot, then the ball needs to be behind me. And there's an argument to be said there. And I've talked to Steve Lane a lot about this a lot. Well, okay, if a guy hits the ball up to you and you want to hit a tail shot, well, if you're going to hit a tail shot, the ball's got to be behind you.
Yeah.
But the man following the ball has a right of way over the player. So they give the advantage to him. And, that ball just go over the post or just
went wide? No, that went wide. Unlucky.
Wow.
Fred Mannix, yeah.
Hit like a 30-30. He hit that one pretty hard. So that's what's difficult about that play. There's some plays in polo that you could argue based on the actual shot. It might have an argument with the rule, but in this case, good call there, and so they dodge a bullet here on the penalty 3 and hit wide.
Big bullet. Audi still in the lead then by 3-1, but there is still plenty of time left here in Chukker number 3. A good 5 minutes remain. Audi, however, have possession. Coming down the line there with the number 4 once again. Mannix doing a lot of work, gets the result he wanted for, wins the ball back. A little mistake, possibly now. You don't want to lose the ball in front of your own goal mouth. Mannix trying to shake off Pierres. Gets a bit of help there from Crowder. Crowder will change the direction. Hammers that one out to the right-hand side. He was looking for Gene Goldstein, but so was Pablo Spinacci. Crowder just getting there just a split second earlier before Audi's defenders did. Mannix having to go back now to try and stop Pablo Spinacci, and he's got a clear run to goal. Spinacci, no mistake.
Yeah, well done, Pablo. Pablo playing well today and picking up his second goal of the day. But good rotation by the Audi team, shutting down the Newport team every time they have an opportunity to get a breakaway. Audi's done a great job by just having a strong defense.
Yeah.
And to get it shut down, to get it turned the opposite direction before they get past center field. And that'll take us to our final courtesy change of the first half. And strong Chukker here, 2 unanswered goals for the Audi team.
Absolutely. Remember, 1 unanswered goal in the previous Chukker again. So Newport need to, they need to come out strong here. You can see on the clock, a good 3.5 minutes remain, 3:46 to be precise. And a lot can happen in that time. So let's see what Gene, Jason, Sugar, and Fred have up their sleeve. It's not like they haven't had opportunities. That unfortunate miss hit there on the penalty 3 line by Fred Mannix could have kept the pressure a little bit on. They would have just been down by 1. But as you said, Dale, Santos Bellini picking up his first goal, and Pablo Spinacci his second, puts Audi in a very comfortable position as it stands. With a cushion of 3 goals, they lead by 4-1.
Yeah, I think we're talking about how important the 22-goal tournaments were based on the 26, and we had the opportunity to interview Gansey, and they said it was a great trophy, one of the great 22-goal trophies, and you wanted to come here in the early 90s and the 2000s. You wanted to win the Sterling Cup. It was one of the premier 22-goal tournaments before you warmed up for the U.S. Open.
Gotcha.
And I was talking about it earlier, how those 22-goal tournaments were so important. And that's why you have so many teams that played in it. A lot of teams that played in it just to see if they were ready to go. And you say, but it's only, remember, you're going from 22 to 24-goal team, 24. And I always thought as a player that didn't seem like that was many goals. But it was amazing the difference in speed and just how open and flowing and just a higher level the polo was when you went from 22 to 24 goals.
And on the break again here, they keep trying to get a little gap, the little shot, and that will be picked up on the line. Nicely done by Collingwood. At the moment, it's a little bit unluck. I think that's on Newport's side. Fred Mannix keeping the ball within the half of Audi. Wants to try and lose, and he does well. Santos Bellini, still Mannix. Left it for Crowder. Crowder, a little deflection. Still Jason Crowder. And that ball is going to not quite make it across for Chukker to pick it up on the near side. Let's have a look at the clock. Still a lot of time left. Mannix, power play here from Newport in that Audi half. Trying to make sure that they keep possession of the ball. Collingwood will clean it up. Still Tommy Collingwood. He's found a little gap. Look at that. He's in a trilogy of blue shirts, and somebody's lost their mallet head. Luckily, not Santos Bellini. He's just going to run away with it. Plenty of time. Tees it up nicely. The finishing touch. And that ball is still running. And it was saved by Jason Crowder. How unlucky can you get?
Wow, what a save there by Jason. Cutting that ball. And look at this. They're going to get an offensive attack here. So Jason, who saved the goal, now moving the ball forward on the offense. He's going to find Gene Goldstein. Gene loves to run the goal, gets a little help from the pony. Oh, backed up here by Tamacho. And we are playing wide open polo right now as he gets turned back inside by Mannix. Fred once, twice. Ooh, he overrides. Backed up again by Audi, and here comes, looks like Bellini.
Yeah, let's see if Santos can do what he did a few moments ago. Collingwood, we're now taking his turn. He's got Crowder behind him. Still Collingwood, a little cut shot, a little chip cut shot on the approach, on the 30-yard line. And the finish. I was going to say the finish.
Oh, unlucky. Right in front of goal there. Man, you know, I want to apologize. Actually, I said when you take it to 24 goals earlier, Yan, it's when you go to 26 goals and you go up by 4 goals, the difference. And right now, you can just see these two 22-goal teams actually in the third Chukker going to another level, taking it to a 26-goal level. So that's been phenomenal.
On the breakdown, here we go for Newport, and if one man can do it, it's definitely him, and that is, of course, none other than Chukker Erskine picking up a very important goal here for Newport. Another break, another broken play, and you can see his composure, keeps his stick down, gets the job done. Nothing much that Tamacho Pierres can do. Cracking goal here by Chukker Erskine.
Yeah, right as time is running out, so that'll take us to our halftime. And yeah, so we'll take it to a little break here. We'll send everybody to their tents, and they'll get organized for the second half, and we'll be back. This is the 2024 Sterling Cup.
Playing in a dedicated women's polo league is great for progressing your polo. It's great for us to play together as women, to have a chance to take to the field with some of the best polo players in the world. It's helping us come together, improve our polo, and keep up playing a regular high level of polo.
Like, I'm learning so much. I am shadowing some of the best women players in the sport, and it's just been an incredible journey, really.
I have played at Santa Rita before, and I love it here. It's a fantastic club. They do so much for not only just polo, but women's polo. So we're very excited to be here, and huge thanks to Melissa and Mark for having us.
have an opportunity. Santos Bellini gonna fire one from 60. Oh, off the post.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Eric Frank.
And this is the 2024 Sterling Cup. And, we started out with Audi against Newport. And Audi winning the first leg of our 9 Chukker round robin, 4-2. And so, of course, in the setup on a round robin, the winning team will sit. And that'll bring Newport up for their second leg for their 3 Chukkers. And they'll go up against Maltese Falcons. Jan, we'll go through the teams here for Maltese Falcons.
I would be delighted to. They, as you can see on your screens, are wearing the red shirts. And we've got, and it's great to see her back in the saddle after she's sustained an injury earlier in the season. Melissa Ganzi back at number 1, and alongside her number 1 or her number 2, Grant Ganzi, her son, of course. And then Nick Roldan, you can see him there on the left of your screen with the number 3 on his back. He, of course, the 8-goaler, and then playing the number 4 position, Alejandro Novillo Estrada. So the Maltese Falcons also coming in of 18 goals. Newport, as we said, but we'll just run through those names again. Sugar Erskine at number 1. The 6-goaler, Jason Crowder, the 5-goaler at number 2. Gene Goldstein at number 3. And Mr. Fred Mannix playing the number 4 position. Here we go then. And Nick Roldan does not waste any time picking up his first goal for the Maltese Falcons.
Yeah, nice play here. Just a broken play. And you know what we say about a broken play? It's going to be a goal. So, and that's just a little mishit there by Fred and Nick in the right place. And I want to add to it, yeah, it's nice seeing Melly back in the saddle as she's played some games and she did a great job recuperating. And after her amazing, flight into the finals of the Triple Crown of Polo, it looked like she was ready to go. She said, I got to talk to her afterwards, and so I think she did a great job recuperating, and it's good to see her back in the saddle.
It is indeed. So, the Maltese Falcons, as I said, picking up that first goal, courtesy of Mr. Nick Roldan. Alejandro Novillo Estrada trying to make it pick up the second goal very quickly. And that ball just... he put it through.
Goal.
His second goal, beg your pardon. I do apologize, Nick. I do apologize. Yeah, I thought it might have just gone slightly wide, but no, Nick Roldan picking up his second. So the Maltese Falcons coming out very strong here in their opening chukker. This time Newport wins the throw-in, and that's a nice ball for Goldstein. He said he does like those balls, especially when they come exactly pinpoint perfect. But once again, the Falcons and Alejandro Novillo Estrada, another young man who's had an amazing season here, playing, of course, for the Maltese Falcons during the 6th edition of the World Polo League. And, Dale, I'm sure you'll agree with me, but the entire World Polo League, I don't want to take away anything from the other tournaments that we've had, but because it was the 6th edition, it was an absolutely amazing season.
Yeah, it was. The levels were higher at all parts, from the horses to the players to the teams, the sponsors, the ability to just bring their team together. We saw so many different plays, the way they used the challenge system went to a higher level. Just so many aspects of the game of polo that went to a higher level, even outside the World Polo League, that really added to our 6th season of the WPL. And I can't wait for the 7th.
Goldstein with another huge opportunity. Not only that, he had so much space and time behind him. Just a little bit too quick there on the trigger to take that shot. That should have been, his second goal at least, if not more. So Gene's getting there. And that one just going slightly wide. So the Maltese Falcons have it. And Alejandro Novillo Estrada waiting for the umpire to call play. We'll get the second half of chukker number 1 for the Falcons. Chukker number 4, of course, for Newport underway.
Alejandro, he'll run the team from the number 4 position, and you'll see the rotation. They play with Melissa out in front. She'll pull the team in front. You'll see a rotation from Grant, Nick, and Alejandro behind her. And then somewhere in the middle, you'll see Melissa will make a rotation where she'll rotate to the back, and then that'll change it up, try to keep the opposing team thinking a little bit. So we'll see when that comes, and we'll point it out when it does come. But at the moment here, nice steal here by Newport, and just off to the left. And I think they've had about 4 or 5 Remingtons early.
They have. So that's been what's been letting them down a little bit. But I'm sure they'll tighten up on that. They still have a lot of polo to play here. A little steal, nicely done by you-know-who, Mr. Mannix. And Mannix will hammer that one all the way to Canada.
Yeah, that one looked like it's still going, too. So, because he hit that one very, very well. And Fred, actually one of our 3 players that were very, very close, as Santi Tocolino. And they did an amazing job in Casablanca. We want to thank Casablanca as representing that 2-point shot that Santi Tocolino actually made from beyond center field. We had a couple players that were very close. Ticha Merlos was very close. Fred Mannix was very close. Actually, Nick, we had a few guys that they put it very, very close. Actually, Nick made one. Actually, Nick made one at the end that he hit one in front of the center line, but he hit it about 20 yards past the goal. So if you would have went further back, but I think you're going to see the development of the 2-point conversion, and maybe even a 2-point conversion somewhere around the maybe 120, 130, and maybe a 3-point from center. But I think you're going to start seeing that development in polo come into play around the world as it's changed the game in basketball as the 3-point play. And look at this. Melissa Ganzi's going to get her first opportunity here of the day. She picks this one up. Melly picks it up off the cane. Loose ball play. Stolen. Picked up again by Alejandro. So Estrada will keep it going here for Maltese Falcons. And the high flag.
Picks up his first, making it 3-0. I beg your pardon, 3-1. We did see that goal from Fred Mannix just a few moments ago on that exact same goal mouth. So nicely done here by Alejandro Novillo Estrada.
Yeah, good rotation here, and this is what they want to see. They want to get Melissa pulling the team. It doesn't need to be a goal by Melissa. It just needs to be 1 or 2 or 3 shots, and then that'll get it going forward. And then you'll see the times when she stops and waits for people to run by her, and she'll use the give and go well. So it's just a matter of getting her into that rotation, because when it does, it changes the dynamics of their attack. On the play here by Newport, stolen away by Roldan.
And he will turn it on a sixpence out to the left-hand side, I fear, or if not, straight up to the front. Well done. What a perfect pass again from Roldan. Feeds the ball to Ganzi. Now then, Melissa, good second touch. Corrects herself very nicely. Little unlucky. She's got Chukker right behind her. There's the back shot, the tail shot. He's found, looks like Mannix. And he's found Goldstein. And he will try and correct it, and he does well on the near side. Goldstein. Oh, nicely done by Jean. And then unlucky there, just a slight miss it over the top of the ball. Roldan sends it back. And this time the pass coming from Alejandro to Grant Ganzi. A lot of space on the left side of the field. And you can see that Melissa is at the front. Here's the pass. I think that was intended for Melissa. Slightly out to the left-hand side. Mannix needs to allow her to make the play. Oh, solid first touch here from Melissa. The finishing touch.
Yeah.
Well done, Melissa.
Yeah, good passing here by Grant. Actually, everybody, I love the way they changed the field. Alejandro takes it across field, looking for Grant, who's all by himself. Grant looked at the first ball to her, just had a little miss hit. Second ball, no problem. Let Melly come from right to left to get herself in a good spot, and then a putter shot to finish it off. And that'll end our first chukker of our second leg. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Have an opportunity. Santos Bellini gonna fire one from 60. Oh, off the post.
And welcome back, everybody. If you're just joining us a little later in our broadcast, this is the 2024 Sterling Cup Updale Schwetz with Jan Edik Frank. And we started out our first leg. This is the 9 chukker round robin. And it started out with Newport with Gene Goldstein, Jason Crowder, Sugar Erskine, and Fred Mannix. And they played against Audi with Santos Bellini, Tamacho Piedes, Tommy Conleywood, and Pablo Spinacci. And Audi, they won the first leg 4-2. And remember, there's a good shot of field 1 and field 2 as we're live from field 2 today. But that's our grandstand field there, and field 1 on the far side of your screen. And in the 9 chukker round robin, the winners will always sit, and based on, of course, to see how the team that lost the first leg, if they can win that second leg and make it a very interesting game. Otherwise, usually if the second in the second leg, if the third team comes in and wins, then you have a true final. With the 2 winning teams playing at the end, and hence the way they set that up with the winning team sitting after the first leg. And so we will see what happens here. At the moment, a great start here by Maltese Falcons, actually scoring 4 goals in the first chukker.
Yeah.
So they have done a great job here, Jan, and showing you that they are a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely. So here we go then. Let's see how Newport will respond. Ball's back in play. It's on the boards. Mannix hammers that one past Nick Roldan down along the boards. Nicely turned and picked up by Goldstein. Now, Gene on his own and out in front. Ah, well done, Gene. He's got to be careful. He's got Nick Roldan right behind him. Tries to pick it up on the near side. Nick just hovering, waiting for that loose ball. And that first shot not, I'm sure, to the liking. And the second one, I'm sure Nick won't be happy with that. Just needs to fine-tune those under the neck shots. Picked up, of course, on the boards again by Sugar Erskine. Back to Gene Goldstein, but he's... played it a little bit too deep because Nick got a piece of it. In comes Alejandro. And we have, which has been very rare, we have a whistle.
Yeah, no, they've been playing very clean, open style polo. Both teams well organized today. Little back shot there. Looked like a set play. And then taken out of the air. And I don't know if they reached in front when he went to take that out of the air. Almost looked like he reached in front of Alejandro.
Yeah.
And so from the spot, 5A. Picked up here and controlled once again by Newport Blue. And they got Goldstein going forward here. Gene pulled out the putter.
Nicely done.
Yeah, Gene will pick up that deal.
Yeah, so, well, that was a goal very much in the making. A perfect pass from Jason Crowder. Goldstein picking up his second overall, his first in this pairing against the Maltese Falcons. And I'm really glad that that goal finally was scored.
Yeah, back to center we will go, and we'll switch directions for any new viewers today. That's the procedure always used in the game of polo for the same sun-wind field advantage. You know, they played this team. They played this over and over. And actually, the last time it was won. Well, last year the winners was Scone, and they played. This was the second time in 3 years that Scone won with Sarah Siegel Magnus, Cody Ellis, Proto Cambiaso, and Pedro and Sterling.
Mannix under the neck, difficult angle. Oh, how close can you get, unlucky Fred? But super triple A for effort there. He had a very, very little angle, or very, not a lot of goal to shoot at, but he went for it, and unlucky there for Fred Mannix. That would have been the goal of the month, I think, had that gone through.
Yeah, I know they said it from way. Well, he's had a couple. He's had a number of shots this season you could put in the top 5, and playing great polo. On the melee players, sword fight going on here. It's going to be won and controlled by Nick Roldan, and Nick is looking for Melissa, and he's got her.
She certainly does, and her first touch, yeah, she slightly overcooked that one, wanted to center it, but she corrects herself. Still Melissa Ganzi in front of goal. And that will be taken or cleared by Newport, but only briefly as Nick Roldan gets another piece of it. And, well, no call. Play continues. Crowder up against Ganzi. Ganzi with an inside backhand shot, had a slight deflection. And over to the right-hand side, Mannix going for the direct deep neck shot here. But it'll be game over when Ganzi picks it up. See how Navisha Estrada comes in and straight away takes on Crowder. Ganzi once again looking to send it up to the front door. Little turn around, nicely done. Now then, the finishing touch here by Chukker. Is that Chukker? No, he's just put it wide. Unlucky.
Yeah, just off the side, that should take us to another courtesy change here. We were talking about the winners in the past. In 2022, we had Seminole Casino Coconut Creek, and that was with Melissa Ganzi, Gondelito Pierres, and Juan Martin Zubia, and Alejandro Ruiz Estrada. So Alejandro and Melissa looking for another win. And then 2021, Scone. We talked about them winning many times. They held off La Indiana 14-13. What a high-scoring game that was to capture the prestigious trophy. Adolfo and Proto and Peque Gonzalez. And, of course, Australian patron David Paradise came, and they came from behind to win that one over La Indiana, which is a very strong team, La Indiana. And they picked that one up. In 2020, Valiente and Bob Genavis. He was playing there with Gonzalo Ferrari, Proto Cabiasso, and Adolfo. And they won that was their second Sterling Cup in 3 years, 12-9. So they've had a history of winning also. And they did that in 2019. And then also in 2018, Sterling Cup the tournament, Adolfo that was the year that Adolfo played with Mia Peroto. They made history by winning that first ever tournament, gold tournament together with the daughters, sons and daughters. So Adolfo, that's a big win for Adolfo. I'm sure he'll never forget that. They played along Magula Prida. It was a great tournament, great teammate there. So congratulations to the Cambiasso group there. That was amazing.
Meanwhile, Newport picking up a goal here, courtesy of Sugar Erskine. And I don't know if you saw that. He was very, very jubilant, very happy, finally picking up well, it was a second goal, but he's had a few shots on goal. So all of a sudden, Dale, Newport right back in this game. They're down by just 1 goal, and we are only in the second chukker, so we still have a good 2 minutes remaining in the second chukker. And then let's not forget, there is of course also chukker number 3, i.e. chukker number 6, of course, for Newport. And if Mannix, who I think is also due a goal, and that goal looks like it's in the making. Look at that. How far was that out? So Mr. Mannix here, Fred, picking up the equaliser. All of a sudden, it's 4 goals apiece.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what Fred wanted, and he's been hitting the ball so clean all season, and that's one of those, well, possible half-field shots.
Yeah,
that he could definitely get done.
So all of a sudden, Newport coming out very strong. They've won the throw-in. Sugar Erskine, that's a lovely pass, perfect pass up to you-know-who, and he's also due a second goal. Yes, indeed.
Wow, look at this. Newport on fire. Here, back-to-back goals within a minute and a half. And that's a clean shot from about 43 yards. You can see the line there. And nice seeing Gene back on the field here. And Gene plays a lot of polo here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Picks his seasons. He plays in the winter and spring and fall. And based on his scheduling, his work schedule. So it's nice seeing Gene back here with the Newport team.
Now then, Grant Gansey, he, I'm sure, would like to pick up his first goal. He's the only player so far not to have scored yet here for the Falcons. Rick Roldan's picked up 2. Alejandro Navijo Estrada 1. Melissa Gansey also 1. And I'm sure we will see Grant get on that score sheet very, very soon. Alejandro Navijo Estrada will send that one back into the danger zone, and she could possibly push this one through. Melissa Gansey.
Yep.
Of course she can.
Nice touch. Very nice touch by Melissa.
Indeed. So let's have a look at the clock. The last few seconds, and that'll bring us to the end of chukker number 2. Make sure you join us when we return here for the 6th and final chukker for Newport, the 3rd chukker for the Maltese Falcons.
If you are in the area, I suggest you make your way to Sunset Chuckers and Cocktail, because this is a fun type polo match. It's where everyone's relaxed and chilling, just having a great time. We have great hors d'oeuvres and a special drink for the day. Okay, well, a very tight second leg of the 2024 Sterling Cup.
Indeed, what a turnaround. Literally, the tables were reversed. Remember the first chukker, it was 4-1 in favor of the Falcons. Chukker number 2, Newport turned it around and made it 4-1 for Newport. So, of course, that would make it 5 goals apiece. So this promises to be a very exciting last chukker for Newport. Of course, the 3rd chukker, the halfway stage for the Falcons, who, of course, will then be up against Audi. So now we had Santos Bellini play for Audi in the first 3 chukkers, but we also have another Gansey listed on this on the roster, and that, of course, is Mark Gansey. So it could be Mark taking on Melissa and Grant if he indeed does come out, or if it'll be Santos. But we'll wait and see who comes out for Audi in the second half or second leg of their round robin 3 chukkers. So that's something to look forward to. But now let's go back to the action and watch this young man, Mr. Nick Roldan, try and put his team Audi back in the lead. Sends it across the field. He was, I think, looking for Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Newport got there first, and away we go. That ball could have Jason Crowder's name on it. No, it's going to be left and picked up by Gene Goldstein. Goldstein, good first touch from Gene. Checks a little bit, opens his shoulders. Second shot, and I think you might not have to do much more than maybe just get the putter out, and there is goal number 3. I beg your pardon, number 4 overall, but number 3 in this pairing for Gene Goldstein.
Yeah, no, Gene coming alive here, man. He warmed up. He scored 1 in the first chukker, the first leg, and now he has just been doing a great job here pulling the team. And this is where he's at his strength. When Gene gets out in front, he's very strong, pulling the team. His horse is very fast and very comfortable in the front of the game. So look at this, 1 goal difference here, keeping the pressure on the Maltese Falcons. Now Melissa.
And she's going to run with this one. She's got Grant on her left. Melissa, I beg your pardon, Grant will chuck in behind. Tried to finish it off with an inside forehand. Didn't quite get the power he wanted, but he might get a second chance here. Ganzi. Mannix just cuts in front of him there. Clears the ball and sends it out towards the boards where Erskine Sugar will pick it up, but he's got Alejandro breathing down his neck. Nicely done on the near side. Nobody behind. Goldstein taken out of the equation there by Nick Roldan. Alejandro Novijo Estrada again with a monster shot. And this could be Melissa's next goal. Yeah, well, I think that ball crossed the line.
Oh.
Well, that's just my...
Oh, looks like Fred's going to save that one, but isn't that funny? It talks about how the ball can hit the ground. We talk about the English we were talking about all season long. When the ball hits the ground and changes direction, that ball looked like it went over Melissa's head, then hit the ground, and then went from right to left, right in front of her. And remember, the ball must be 100% over the line. And so they're going to play on here. No goal. And look at this. Gene Goldstein now in front. Nick's going to give him one play, and that might be a problem because Gene is going to pull the trigger.
Wow.
And wow. What a goal now. Nick might be saying, man, maybe I should have went for the hook here. But watch. He actually couldn't make a play.
No.
And so you just got to go with that. And then Gene, with a great thought process there to shoot that ball, because the next play, Nick definitely would have had an opportunity to make a hook.
So, for the first time, Newport not only in the lead, but in the lead with a 2-goal little cushion there. 4 goals so far coming from Gene Goldstein, 2 in the second, and 2 now here in the third and final chukker. The 6th, of course, overall for Newport. And I think the Falcons a little bit stunned here by how Newport, and all 4 of them, Gene, Jason, Sugar, and Fred, have come out here in their second leg very, very strong indeed. Alejandro Navijo Estrada will send that one back up to the front door, and it drops just where Grant would like it. Now then, Grant Ganzi to also get his name on the score sheet, and there it is. We were waiting for that one. So, Double G picking up his first goal of the tournament.
You know, Grant, he's been working hard, playing the number 2 position, doing the clean, dirty work, as we say, all season this year, and he's now getting in the scoring part of the game, and that's a big goal right now. You don't want Newport to get that 3-goal lead, and especially with new horses coming on the courtesy change. So they'll get back here now down by a goal, and now anybody's match here for the second leg. And remember, we will have Audi. They will come in. Now, Audi left with 2-goal lead, so they left here in the round robin +2. And the Newport team left -2, losing 4-2 based on the goals. And at the moment here, a very, very tight match for the second leg of the 2024 Sterling Cup. And, well, anybody's match. And remember, if Newport was to win, then it'll go to it'll be another big game, another big 3 Chukkers for a final leg against the Audi team.
Mm-hmm.
So if Audi could win, could edge out Maltese, and they would take the round robin today. But if Maltese Falcons was a win, so a lot of scenarios still in effect here. Very, very open. So we will see. Here we go. Just over 3 minutes left here in this final chukker of our second leg, and it's going to be Newport once again. And well, give the ball back to Gene because he has been on fire. Goldstein once again. Look at this, Gene. One more time. Ooh,
Unlucky.
and that ball is going to roll just wide.
Unlucky, very unlucky. But, yeah, what a great performance here by Gene Goldstein. Absolutely top. And you kind of had a feeling it was all in the making. Had a bit of a shaky start, but then once he gets his rhythm going, he is unstoppable.
On a knock, and they bring that one in quickly here. And Maltese Falcons would like to get the equalizer as early as possible and then try to get a win here. If they were to go with the tie, that would not hurt them, but definitely want to get the win. Backed up cleanly by Newport and turned around by Roldan.
Now then, what's Nick going to do here? He's going to play it out to the right-hand side, looking for Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Chukker read it well, went with him. Got a piece of it, but not the biggest piece. Crowder will set it up to Gene. And Monsieur Goldstein here. Yeah. All the time in the world. Now then, a little finishing neck shot. Well, he gave it to Chukker, but did he cross the right-of-way of Alejandro Navijo Estrada?
No, we will see here. Let's check it out. They come together. Ball is coming across. Yeah, and you have a lesser angle there. Should go to Alejandro. We'll see if they decide to look at that. Now, remember, I think the scores are actually going to carry over. Yeah, and these scores will carry over, so it's going to be very tight coming into Sunday.
Absolutely.
You know, you always want to get the wins here early, but when we say carry over, the scores from this round robin will carry over into Sunday, and that'll be our final day for the Sterling Cup. So it's going to be very competitive going into Sunday.
It is indeed. Remember, that will, of course, be on CTV Sports. We have also, a doubleheader for you today. And, of course, on Sunday, the Sterling Cup kicks off today. And also this afternoon, the Sun Cup kicks off. Both of those finals being played, as Dale was just saying, on Sunday, 10 and 11:30. You don't want to miss it. Be great to see you down at Grand Champions Polo Club. But if you can't make it, then, of course, CTV Sports is the place to go. Melissa Ganzi trying to put that one through the uprights to try and get that equalizer. Clock ticking down now. So if Newport, Dale, if they can carry this over the remaining few seconds, I'm sure they'll be very happy with the result here.
Yeah, they want to keep it close. Like I said, it wasn't that they only had a 2-point difference, so that's not bad. You know, going in because the carryover scores, so that will not hurt. And anything close, that looks like that's going to end it. So we will be back for our final 3 chukkers of our first round of the Sterling Cup 2024, as we will have Audi going up against Maltese Falcons. We'll be right back.
have an opportunity. Santos Bellini gonna fire one from 60. Oh, off the post.
If you are in the area, I suggest you make your way to Sunset Chukker the Cocktail, because this is the fun type polo match. It's where everyone's relaxing, chilling, just having a great time. We have great hors d'oeuvres and a special drink for the day.
Well, once again, a warm welcome and a very good morning. Just coming up to 11:15 on this Friday, the 26th of April. You're joining us here, CTV Sports, for the first preliminary rounds of the Sterling Cup. And we've just had our second leg of that round robin, where Newport, who did not get off to the best start when they took on Audi in their first leg. They lost that by 2-4, but they really turned things up when they took on the Maltese Falcons. Gene Goldstein picking up 4 goals in that pairing. And now then, back on the field, of course, Audi against the Maltese Falcons. And as you can see, that nothing has changed with Audi. We still have Santos Bellini playing the #1 position. At number 2, Tomacho Pierre is at number 3, Pablo Spinacci, and at #4, Tommy Collingwood. So they already have a win under their belt. As I said, they beat Newport by 4-2. Now the pressure a little bit on the Falcons. They narrowly lost their first pairing against Newport by 6-7. But Melissa Ganzi, who's been doing a great job picking up 2 goals in that first round robin, looking for her first goal here against Audi. And that's it was slightly went wide, and that would have been the best or the perfect start for the Falcons, taking on for sure one of the secret favorites here.
Yeah, getting out in front there, and that's what they've been doing, is keeping Melissa in front. I like the way the Maltese Falcons actually have been they're working the game, and they have a lot of room to change things up, and so that'll make it a little bit tougher here for the Audi team, as even though they've been watching them in the tent, and that's one advantage you get when you win your first leg. You get to watch the team you're going to play. And so I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see the Maltese Falcons switch it up a bit, and they have the ability with the rotation here. Watch for a little more rotation from Grant with Nick and Alejandro, and don't be surprised you don't see Melissa, which we saw a little bit. Yeah. Right, she'll hang back a little bit, wait for the ball, and then the players will run by her, and then she'll hit them that 25, 30-yard give-and-go play.
Well, you just spoke about exactly that, Dale, and she was on the 20-yard line, or the 30-yard line, just putting that one out to the left again. So a little bit unlucky, but yeah, that is another goal in the making here. Melissa doing so well, as I said, picking up a goal in her first and second Chukker against Newport. So this is going to be an interesting pairing here. Audi versus the Maltese Falcons. Over to the boards we go. And it's picked up very quickly here by the #1 of Audi, Santos Bellini. As I said on the roster, it said that he might be sharing the position with Mark Ganzi, but that is not the case. Santos, he also did very well for Audi in that first leg where he scored a goal in the third chukker. But now back to Melissa. She's just within the 60, brings it within the 30. We're within, yeah, and now within the shooting range, and that will just go and sneak in on the far post. Well done, Melissa.
Yeah, take it the long way home, as we say, but she comes in from the right to the left, bends it around the corner, and then actually had enough angle where she could just take that ball back to the right side. You watch her, watch her approach shot here. So she's going to get caught in the turn, take it back to the inside quickly, and then the shot will go. Number 3 from Melissa.
Absolutely, and of course the lead for the moment against Audi. So a little bit earlier than normal, courtesy change. And Melissa, of course, like all the players, don't have to go for a courtesy change. You can see that the number 3 there, Pablo Spinacci, also deciding, okay, he can stay on that pony. But the idea of the courtesy change has had such an impact on the game, as we've mentioned on so many occasions here. And as I said to you, Dale, we're seeing it more and more now also happen in Europe. The teams are implementing this.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to interview a lot of the players who talked about just how their horses, not even in injuries, but they noticed just how much energy they still had towards the end of the season. And also we've seen where the teams have also used it in a strategic way of form. And that has worked out very well. And also, and I'm a big believer in being a professional umpire for many years, is that you see less fouls in the game.
Absolutely. And
this is based on this team's They don't need to foul at certain times. Sometimes when I say need to foul, well, sometimes teams would foul just to have an opportunity to change horses. And that has sped the game up to a level that I think has been more fan, that is enjoyable. And, of course, the change of game to give more high-scoring games. On the move right now is going to be Melissa Ganzi from the center of the field. She's going to get an opportunity. Nice approach on the first hit off the center. Second shot's going to go down the center. Third, that ball might stay on the field. Look for the next shot to finish. Well done, Melissa. Oh, overcut it, but not a bad shot. And look at this. You lay it down in there and check and see what happens, and you're going to get a safety. Yeah. On the play. So a little bit wide on the goal shot, but it puts pressure on the opposing team to clear it out, and they end up getting a safety, a penalty 6.
So let's see if the Falcons can make the most of this and extend their lead by 2-0. You can see the ball being teed up there by Alejandro Novillo Estrada. Will he be the man to take the shot, or will it be Grant Ganzi? Looks like it could be Grant here, Dale, to try and pick up his first goal in this pairing. Remember, he picked up a goal right at the very end there against Newport. So let's see if Ganzi can pick up a safety 60 or a penalty 6. Just wide out to the left-hand side from the drone, of course, on the right-hand side. So still just that 1 goal at the moment on the account of Melissa Ganzi for the Maltese Falcons. 240, just shy of 250 left to play, and we're going to have a repeat. The ball was deflected, came off a defending player. So second attempt for the Maltese Falcons to try and convert the equivalent of a corner kick.
Yes, it's always good to have a second opportunity. We've seen a lot of these plays, a lot of shots this year. When a player gets a second opportunity, they usually are very successful. Let's see, Grant. And
just wide.
Just hit to the right.
So it stays 1-0, still in favor of the Falcons. They could have made it 2. That wasn't to be, as Mr. Tommy Collingwood will get things moving here for Team Audi. Good pick up here, sends it out to the left-hand side. Play with the number 2 there, Tamacho Pierres. Audi find themselves in Maltese territory. Tamacho, Pierres once, Pierres twice. And he's going to leave that one behind for Pablo Spinacci. Now, he's definitely within range. There comes the shot, and you could not get a closer shot than that. Well done, Pablo Spinacci, getting the equalizer here for Team Audi.
Yeah, Pablo doing well today. He's scoring one in the second chukker, one in the third of the first leg, and now just skimming it right inside that near post. And back to the center we will go. So very evenly matched teams here in our third leg. Remember, this is our third leg of our 9 chukker round robin, and it's going to be picked up here and controlled by Roldan. Nick has room to work here. Might as well take it inside. Overrides. 2 players override, but that's going to leave it for Grant. Grant's going to go ahead and fire one, looking for Estrada. Alejandro keeps it alive. I don't know how he did that. And then he goes for the deep neck shot. That ball goes through the goal. Wow, what a shot here by Alejandro Luis Estrada, because watch this ball as Grant, look at Grant was passing the ball to Estrada. And then the ball, watch this, it goes to the right side. They miss it. He carries it outside. And then you can see how he sets that ball up once again, where if you're looking down at the drone, you cannot see the ball because he's riding right over the top of it. And a follow-through play, hits it to the far post. Great finish there by Estrada.
Yes, indeed. And that makes, that's his second goal overall, but it puts them in the lead by 2-1. Still in the first chukker, i.e. the fourth, of course, for both teams. A long-distance shot, and my goodness, look at this, Dale.
Alejandro once again?
Yeah.
Wow. So, that's the way you get it done.
Indeed.
Great.
Just takes his time. Opens those shoulders. The follow-through. A lot of talent there. And, yeah, goal number 3, goal number 2 here in this chukker.
Yeah, now, and our first chukker, so stay with us. We'll be back for our second chukker of our third leg of 2024 Sterling Cup.
Welcome back, everybody. 2 more chukkers to go from our round robin, the Sterling Cup. I'd like to welcome you once again, and a very good morning. It is just gone 11:30 on Friday, the 26th of April, the Sterling Cup. We've had some great polo action here on CTV Sports. So once again, a warm welcome if you just joined us. The Maltese Falcons coming out very strong in their second leg of this round robin. They're up against Audi. They won the first Chukker by 3-1. Alejandra Navijo Estrada picking up 2 goals. Melissa Ganzi also picking up her 3rd goal overall, but a very important goal in this Chukker. Just the 1 goal coming from Pablo Spinacci for Audi. There you see the 4 boys from Audi just comparing notes and making sure that the game plan will be upheld as they wait for the Falcons to come back out of their tents for the second Chukker. And at the moment, still very much open. Audi took on Newport. That was the first pairing. They beat them 4-2. Newport then took on the Falcons, beat them 7-6. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how these 2 teams end the field or leave the field after the next 2 Chukkers. Ball's back in play. The Falcons have it, and Grant Ganzi up against a very good friend of his, of course, but today the opposition, Santos Bellini. Ganzi will take it out to the left-hand side. What will he do? Will he go for the cut shot? Will he work it? He's going to try and work it in the hope that, of course, he does get the backing. In this case, that wasn't the case. Tommy Collingwood for Audi into the corner with Pablo Spinacci just behind him. Still Pablo. Back up to Collingwood. Ganzi has to allow a little bit of space. Again, this one-touch polo that we've become accustomed to, especially in the World Polo League, but now also filtering down here into the Sterling Cup. Audi on the move. Santos Bellini just runs out of steam. And Nick Roldan will turn defense into offense very quickly. Plays the ball to the right. He's found Alejandro. Alejandro looking for Ganzi. There is the pass. Now then, Grant being pushed out of the game there by Tommy Collingwood. Nice little backhand shot picked up by Spinacci. Spinacci looking for Tomacho Pierres. But another red shirt. Alejandra Navijo Estrada will come in between. Finds Nick Roldan. I do love it, Dale, when he comes in from the left-hand side. Roldan on the approach. Just the 1 touch will suffice. Well done, Nick Roldan, also picking up his 3rd goal of the Sterling Cup so far.
Yeah, big cut shot to the inside. That's what Jan loves, the way he slices that ball.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he has a nice finish there. It's a little half shot there. It's a little tap shot to the goal. Kind of laying it up in there just to see where the approach goes because the ball was still moving across the goal. And if he needed to adjust there, then he has the opportunity. And Nick's going to be changing horses here, but they're going to go ahead and go with it. He's not offsides here. So Maltese Falcons says, let's just go with the bowling. When I say offsides is that he's on his side of the bowling, so it would not have mattered. And it might be a little different if he was on the opposing side, the other side, his team was. Then they might have waited there a minute longer just to see if he made it back. But they win the bowling, they get the offensive attack, and then it gets turned around quickly now. And now Audi looking for the to get this ball down inside because down by 3 goals here. That ball gets pushed across, turned around, and picked up now again by Nick. And and I believe either there's a new mount or a new horse. I wasn't sure what he went for there with the time remaining because he still has a courtesy change coming. So he must have been going for a mallet. Now Melissa, she has been spectacular, picking up her first shot every time. Now the approach shot. This one might be go on. It's on Melissa. And well done, Melly. That's the way you throw your arm through the goal. Melissa Ganzi picking up goal number 4 today. The approach shot, and then look at this. This laser right there and just trickles across a good 4 or 5 yards. That's exactly what you want. And that'll put Maltese Falcons up by 4 goals here as they go into the courtesy change.
So, bit of a surprise here. Audi struggling to take on the very strong Maltese Falcons, especially that first Chukker. 3 goals to 1 in favor of the Falcons. At the moment, it is 2-0 here in Chukker number 3 or Chukker number 5. Both of these teams, Audi and Maltese, have already played, of course, their first 3/4 Chukkers. So let's see. Audi needs to rev up that engine a little bit here, Dale.
Yeah, no, they need to keep it going here because the Maltese Falcons. Remember, they got edged out and by Newport and 7-5. Would you have 7-5 there or 7-6 there, Jan?
Sorry, where 7-6.
Yeah, 7-6. Okay, so that would just one goal down. But remember, the scores will carry over into Sunday, but we always like to keep track of them today. So as we're talking about Newport, if you look at their day, they lost 4-2 against Audi, so that made them a -2 on the net goals, and then they won 7-6, so that gave them a +1. So they actually left the day at a -1. But again, it'll carry over into Sunday, so everything will change. But any kind of time you can get a lead going into Sunday, it always makes it a little bit easier. And but we've seen so many teams, and that's what we love when they carry the score. Tournament committee carries the scores over into Sunday and make it like a doubleheader kind of game. They do a lot. You see teams that play in baseball, they play 2 or 3 games in a row, and but we love carrying the scores over so you can have a bad day one day and then you can come back and be very solid on Sunday. And they come around here, picked up here, stolen by Spinacci, picked up, taken forward by Grant Ganzi. Grant is going to go ahead and keep this ball. Look at the shine on that beautiful pony that Grant Ganzi's on, his bay pony. And, of course, everything in 4K here at CTV Sports. Been phenomenal to see just how crisp everything looks. And as they pick this up, it's going to be Grant now on the give and go from Nick out to the outside. Look for the finish. Grant, that ball might carry Grant Ganzi. Oh, picked up and taken off the end line. Actually, the goal mouth by Collingwood, and Audi's going to turn on the speed and carry it down the far side. Now picked up by Tamacho Piedes. Piedes on the move on the near side twice, shuts it down quickly, bounces off the pony. He needs to get one play here, and it's going to be Grant, or actually Nick, back to Alejandro, and Alejandro looking for Melissa. He's got her.
He does indeed. She'll jump on this straight away. So Melissa Ganzi, she knows she's got Collingwood coming up from behind. And look at this, another stellar goal here by Melissa Ganzi here in the second, i.e. 5th Chukker.
Yeah, now we still keep the clock going. So they get, she's been perfect from that, right around that 40 yards in, shooting the ball. Not wasting any time, and to go with the extra dribble shot. And I like when she's shooting the ball because that gives her opportunities to get pick up more goals, because especially on Sunday when they go to finish here. But look at this, out of the bowling, picked up here and taken forward now by Pablo Spinacci. Spinacci checking his shoulder, nobody in the vicinity. Spinacci with the approach shot, checks his pony, look for the dribble, and a nice goal here by Pablo.
So Pablo Spinacci also picking up his 4th goal of the match, and an important goal here for Audi, because with a gap of 5 goals, now just 4 goals, you saw signs of Audi, beg your pardon, the Maltese Falcons just starting to run away with it. Yeah,
I mean, even though they are +2 at the moment, they need to keep it a little bit closer going into Sunday. They don't want to have too much of a gap, and we might get one more bowl in here. With 40 seconds on the clock, they are going to, and Audi, they'd love to get one here to see if Maltese Falcons can steal it away, but no, it's going to be Audi. Oh, it's going to be Collingwood. Tommy all by himself. Oh, the lob wedge gets underneath that. Oof. Ooh, neutral.
Santos.
Oh, wow, look at his play.
Yeah,
by
nice.
Santos
Wow.
Bellini.
Wow.
Oh, that's a goal today right there.
Yes, it is.
Santos Bellini, he did, I don't know how he made a neutral play there with Alejandro. Even Alejandro's saying, well done. And he's on the defensive side of the coin. But that's going to go ahead and end our second chukker. So our final chukker of the day we'll be back for it. So stay with us here for our ninth chukker, our third chukker of our third leg, our ninth chukker of our first day of two for the 2024 Sterling Cup.
Have an opportunity. Santos Bellini gonna fire one from 60. Oh, off the post.
Here we go, our final chukker of the day. And remember, well, we're going to have a doubleheader for you today. So, well, not a doubleheader as well. We'll be carrying on our Sterling Cup on Sunday. But today we're going to have our preliminary matches for the Sun Cup. And they'll happen at 4:30 today. That'll be on Field 1. So if you are in town, make your way down to the stadium field. As we have a great group out there today watching, so that's kind of cool to see everybody. As the season winds down here after the Triple Crown of Polo, and so it's always fun to watch some of our polo. We have all different levels. We play here at the Grand Champions Polo Club as we work into our spring season, and so this is our final chukker of 9. We'll have another 9 chukkers for you on Sunday, so make sure you join us for that, as we'll have the finals of the Sterling Cup and the finals of the Sun Cup. So that should be, and of course, remember, is tomorrow, you don't want to miss the World Polo League Polo Pride. And
looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's always a big day here, Grand Chain Polo Club, and we have players coming in from all over the world to play in that, and so you can join us for that. And the entertainment, great entertainment there, Yan. It's always a lot of fun at the stadium, and looking forward to that. But right now, Maltese Falcons with a very strong second leg for them, third leg of the day. But they're doing very well here, 6-3.
Yes, they certainly are. Audi now on the catch-up campaign. 3 goals to 1 in the first, 3 goals to 2 in the second. That's how we get to the 6 goals to 3 at the moment. And this one just ever so slightly going wide. So Audi have, well, still a good 5.5 minutes to turn this around and get possibly their second win. Now, of course, if they did get their second win, then they would be as good as through. But the Maltese Falcons, they will hold against that, I'm sure, to look for their first win. Remember, they lost to Newport, as you said, Dale, by 6 goals to 7. So they must get a win here. And Nick Roldan is definitely one of the 4 players who can make that happen. A lot of space here for Mr. NR. Loose ball play, picked up by the number 2, Tamacho Pierres for Audi. Tamacho wants to get a little bit closer. He's definitely within range now. The finishing touch. There comes the shot, a deflection. And Roldan, of course, went back with the 6-goaler. He's now got to try and deal with Pablo Spinacci. Alejandro leaves it, left behind for Collingwood. Collingwood will give it to the number 2, Tamacho Pierres. Very, very tight angle. He's going to just lay it up for Collingwood. Can he finish it on the near side? Yes, he can. Cracking goal here for Audi and Tommy Collingwood.
Yep, Tommy, and this is what they needed. They remember they won their first. They were +2 after their first leg, so just to keep it tight going into the final day, they don't want Maltese Falcons to run away with this one here. Now they come back to center here, down by 2. And looks to me like it might be pretty close here, Ian, going into the final day.
Absolutely.
Remember, you said you got in the Newport. They lost their first one, so they were -2, and then they won, so they're +1, so they left -1. And at the moment, it's going to be pretty close with Audi and Maltese Falcons. As Maltese Falcons, they were -1 going into this one after their loss to Newport. So should be very interesting to see how close it's going to be for our Sunday final. Picked up here by Maltese, backed up cleanly, no, by Audi, and Audi's going to win this one, but stolen away now by Estrada. Alejandro trying to keep it away from Pablo. Spinacci in the white helmet here is going to win this one and keep it moving forward. Now it goes off of the mallet there, picked up here again under the neck with it. Cleanly played here by Estrada, looking for Grant. Stolen away and turned forward here as the defense in the offense by Collingwood. He'll override as it picked up and controlled by Spinacci and now Estrada.
He will send it out to the left-hand side where Mr. Nick Roldan is completely unmarked and left to his own devices, struggling there to control the ball. Oh, well, he knew that there was a player coming, the number 3, Pablo Spinacci. So he just played the ball, well, to himself, but avoiding the contact and the steal there by Spinacci. Audi with Pierres. A little bit too short there for Bellini. Yeah, well, will he get... No, he's going to just leave it. I like that. And Alejandro will try and drill that one downfield. Let's see what Tamacho Pierres will do now. And let's also keep a close eye on the clock. Coming up towards that 2-minute mark. 2 goals in it. Who is going to win it and make it easier on Sunday? Because as you said, these scores are going to be carried forward or brought forward into the finals, which of course are on Sunday. Just a quick reminder, the Sun Cup coming up on your screens this afternoon at 4:30, and the finals of both the Sterling Cup and the Sun Cup, of course, Sunday morning, 10 and 11:30. So make sure you join us either on CTV Sports or at the field. Nick Roldan doing a good job staying in the saddle. Tamacho Pierres making sure that he was okay. They had a little rub. very well to stay on the handlebars there, did Nick?
Yeah, it looked like Nick was coming from left to right, and then Camacho was coming up and down the field. It's just kind of a misread there by both players. And might get a bowl in here just because it looked like Nick was trying to come back from the left to the right, and then it looked like Camacho was just still following the old line, and they didn't see each other. So, yeah, no foul on the play. And Santos, they leave it for Estrada. Alejandro, pump fake. He'll turn this one. Next shot coming. And that ball's going to find Roldan. And Nick's going to keep it there. Look at that. Leaves everybody for Melissa. Good teamwork here by the Maltese Falcons.
Indeed.
Well done.
Indeed.
That's a good top team play we've seen today.
So with that goal, of course, and a little over a minute remaining, the Maltese Falcons have a cushion of 3. And that would bode very well with the entire team, because that would mean that all 3 teams, if it were to stay like this,
is that all going to put them there? Now, if they end up like that, I mean, you're going to put it's going to put the Audi at a -1, and so they'd be tied with Newport, and it would put Maltese at a +2. So we'll see how it finishes out here with their
Ganzi on the halfway line, trying to control it. Didn't quite get his mallet round it. Audi on the break. We're down to the last few seconds. That will be left behind. Perez in front of goal, and Audi will pick up another one, but it was, of course, Tommy Collingwood.
So they get another one. That
Yeah.
should help, and that's gonna be a huge goal actually right now by Collingwood, and so that's gonna go ahead and make it +2. And now, yeah, look at this. You're gonna have a complete tie here.
Excellent. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
You're gonna have a +2, which would make +2 with the -1. Would actually make it a +1. So they're gonna get a +1 there. And then when you have a minus, let's see, they come across there at a -2, so they would be a 0. So very tight. So you're gonna end up with Audi at a 0 on the net goals. Maltese Falcons at a +1, and Newport is -1. So very, very tight going into our final game, Yan. So we'll keep these scores organized and be ready for our Sunday game. Remember, join us this afternoon for our Sun Cup. For Yan, Eric, Frank, I'm Dale Schwetz, and I speak for everyone here at CTV Sports when I say thank you for making us leaders of polo broadcasting. And always remember, here at CTV Sports, we love the polo.